on the lead lap.
That car's pretty good on the short run, so he's really in good shape right now. His car really takes off good, and it's good for about 70 laps, so I think he's in good shape.
Jimmy Johnson, that 48 car, though, he got a heck of a run off turn 2 that time.
And Larry, like Chad said, we don't know how good we are because we've been back in traffic all day. Now here we are up front. Maybe we got something for these guys. And we see that week in and week out. You get up front, get out front, and you can carry the mail. Car looks pretty good, 48 does. He's getting through the center of the corner a little bit better than Jimmy is right now.
He's able to carry that momentum off the corner because of it.
Backing off early. Now watch him. He gassed it right there. I like that. That's a great way to be able to drive, is to back off early, float it down in there, but then gas it.
John Andretti in the 43 car had hung out on the lead lap. He just came to pit road.
Ryan Newman, Jeff Gordon. This is a battle for third.
Behind the 12, clear behind the 12.
I tell you, that outside is you can run out there, but you got to be so careful. You're going to lose positions. It kind of one step forward, 2 steps back.
Right now, that looks like what's happening to Jeff Gordon in the 24 car. Ryan Newman gets by, and Bobby Hamilton in the 55. He's still trying to get up to the front to make that other lap up.
You see how much quicker he is through the center of the corner, and that's because Jeff just cannot take a chance on gassing it too early.
Mark Martin and Tony Stewart coming into the picture. Spencer the leader, rookies second and third, veterans fighting behind them.
Jeremy Mayfield in the 19 car, Ricky Craven in the 32. That's a battle for 7th. And how about right behind him, Jeff Burton in the 99. Started back in 23rd. Remember, he was in the big wreck with Kevin Harvick and those guys not that many laps ago. Over in turn 3, here he is in the top 10.
Boy, there's a lot of cars back here. I'm telling you, now they got any fenders left on them.
Darrell, Jimmy Johnson chasing Jimmy Spencer for the lead. How much of this is the thrill of victory from last Sunday coming out in this kid right here?
He just can't do anything wrong. I mean, they're putting great equipment under him. They're making good calls in the pits. The rest of it's just kind of easy.
They have Big Mo on their side.
They do. I mean, they got it going their way.
See the telemetry right here on Jimmy Johnson.
I just think it's an indication of when you got good resources like Hendrick Motorsports does, and they give the guy equipment like that, he's going to get the job done for you.
9,000 RPMs into turn 1, 8,800 into turn 3.
2 rookies. As we set second and third, Johnson and Newman.
Every week it's this way. You know, we end up at the end of the day with 2 or 3 rookies up there setting the pace, 3 or 4 veterans out there chasing them.
We've had a rookie finish in the top 10 in almost every race this year.
And they've won.
Yes.
And, you know, it's not like they're just hanging around. I mean, they win races.
Oh, turn 2. Sorry, Kyle Petty got caught up on the outside of Mike Skinner and Dave Blaney, and that was almost another one.
Well, that makes about 40 almost then.
Only 40?
40. I lost count. Not the 40 that I can recall.
Right. Here's what happened. Yep, right there.
Trying to run 3 wide up off turn 2. That don't work.
Nope. Is it 3 wide or 3 wide? Whoa, look, is that a little bump?
I believe it was, and I don't think that Mr. Spencer is going to appreciate that. Now, remember what
whoa!
Oh, no, there he goes around.
Oh, he's going to hit the wall. Ryan Newman takes the lead. Caution is out.
Uh-oh, look out, Rusty. Look out, Rusty. Clear low. Come on, guys.
Jimmy's trying to get going to stay on the lead lap here, and that will hand the lead.
I don't believe he's got much to get going with. No. Wadded it up pretty good.
Hands the lead to the other rookie, Ryan Newman.
Spence was got a little shove off of 2 over there, and Spencer was holding him down real tight getting into 3. Here we go. He gets into him, and this is like Bristol. Remember what Kurt Busch did to Jimmy? Gets into him a little bit. Doesn't really upset the car much.
Just a little touch.
Side by side. Now, see how close together they are, and how Jimmy's leaning on him. Even here, been years you can pull the back end around on the car.
And notice how right after that little bump going into the turn, Spencer drives to the right and drives away.
You could already see Jimmy Johnson's wheels turn to the right.
I know why you're laughing. Tell us.
Rookie. That's what Spencer's thinking.
Right, because he knows 8 wheels corner better than 4.
Oh, yeah.
Not going to let that happen. So Jimmy Johnson becomes the latest leader to crash out of this race.
This stuff off so we can try not to lose more laps. No, you're going to have to get it off, Jimmy. All the stuff
For the most part, none of the leaders with only 11 laps on their tires. All the leaders elected to stay out with 21 cars on the lead lap.
The green flag is just waved, and another rookie takes his turn at the point. Ryan Newman.
Oh, yeah, we don't run out of rookies. We got plenty of them to throw at you.
He has some veterans lined up behind him. Jeff Gordon, Mark Martin, Tony Stewart, Jimmy Spencer, and Jeff Burton, Jeremy Mayfield, all veterans behind him.
Yeah, Spencer fell to 5th, and Dick Berggren.
Well, I was listening to Jimmy Spencer's radio when that incident occurred, and I listened to it all the way through. In fact, I just shut it off so I could talk to you. And Spencer was remarkably calm on the radio, surprisingly calm. When asked what happened, he said, well, he
Rusty.
said,
Big
crash on the racetrack.
Huge on the back.
Rusty Wallace.
Point leader. Point leader.
Nobody get a lap back. All this started because the 11 car and Jimmy Spencer got together. They cleared it, and then all this happened behind him. I was looking dead at him.
I don't think Sterling is torn up. I think he just slid in there and stopped with a little bit of damage, but not much.
Yeah, Brett Bodine, Mark Martin, and Jimmy Spencer were all kind of tangled up there bumper to bumper.
Okay. That's the 3rd time Rusty's been. He finally got Rusty this time.
He was actually the first car to get out of shape and spin. Here's Steve Park, the 1. Terry Labonte, the 5 car. Rick Mast, the 90 car.
Pickles, cornflakes, and Pennzoil. That's not a good combination.
No, they got mayonnaise in there too, so it's. You got cornflakes, motor oil, and mayonnaise.
Right here, Jimmy Spencer in the 41, Brett Bodine in 11. Right here, Jimmy had to check up because of Mark Martin in the 6. Brett Bodine gets into his left rear quarter panel. They checked up a little bit. Rusty spins, and then this is what happens.
Yeah, that broke Rusty's momentum.
I'd write down the cars involved, but there aren't many that weren't. That might be an easier task. See Jeff Green, Kevin Harvick from above.
Or Ricky Craven in the 32, Jeremy Mayfield in 19. Those guys just barely getting through. All those lead lap cars.
Darrell, that track narrows up in a hurry when 1 car gets sideways, let alone 2.
Well, and it's slick. I mean, the sucker's slick, and you just don't have a lot of control. He just tried to gas it and get it to turn all the way around, and he made it worse, kind of like Dale Jr.'s deal.
John Andretti, Hut Strickland, Kenny Schrader.
Point leader on pit road. I don't think Sterling's car is hurt anywhere. Got a little damage to the rear, but not much. 55 got a lap back, and I want you to look at it now.
He lost his left rear tire.
He just got back on the lead lap.
There's his tire right there.
What in the world?
Matt?
Well, Mike, down here behind the 48 pit, Jimmy Johnson's crew working feverishly on the front trying to repair this car for points. Jimmy Johnson, a heartbreaker. What happened?
Well, I'm under here, I guess. I don't know. I was racing hard and must have touched going into 3. Touched tires or something and got loose. Haven't been loose in there all day long. Been racing hard. Just a shame. Started 26th. Had some trouble in some pit stops and been blocked in. And we had a good shot at winning this thing today. I just hate that I made a rookie mistake or whatever there, but we'll be back. Thank everybody at Lowe's and all employee owners. We're having a lot of fun. Just hate that we crashed.
And Dick, he was apologizing to his crew chief Chad Canals. Chad said, "Don't worry about it, dude. These things happen in big league auto racing."
Sterling Marlin has just made his second of 2 pit stops. In the first stop, he pulled the right, or I shouldn't say he, I've got to be careful. This is Sterling. The crew pulled the right front fender out. Second stop, they put left side tires on it, and they pulled the left front fender. He got both of them, neither one of them very bad. Now he's got 4 fresh tires, and going to try to go see how he can do with that. Mike?
Thanks, Dick. Terry Labonte looking over the damage to his Kellogg Chevy, and Steve Part likewise. 10 cars involved in this crash as Rusty Wallace turns around and half the pack piles in. Welcome back to Richmond. Mike Joy with Darrell Waltrip and Larry McReynolds. Here are how the point standing leaders are faring. Not too well.
Yeah, but look at this guy right here and this guy right here. Now, I mean, they're lucky to even be in the race. Kent's is up there in the 9th. Bush was a lap down, and now he's up there in 11th.
And Rusty Wallace, he's been in several cautions.
He's go a little further than that, not on the graphic, but Ricky Rudd, who was in 8th, he's out of the race. Dale Earnhardt Jr., who was in 9th, he's back out there, but had his problems. So really, most of the cars in the top 10, Rusty being another one.
Rusty's up there in, what, 3rd or 4th, and he's running 28th, 2 laps down.
And they popped the top on Rusty's Ford.
Shock off, and let's send him around. Get the shock off.
Shock
They may have a busted
Wheel
shock
left,
on the right
Rusty.
front.
Let me give you the 10 cars who were involved in that crash in no particular order. Michael Waltrip, Jeremy Mayfield, Steve Part, Sterling Marlin, Jeff Green, Rick Mast, Terry Labonte, Rusty Wallace, John Andretti, and Ricky Craven.
And we didn't mention that Kevin Harvick, after that bad wreck, he's back out on the racetrack. So realistically, 13 cautions, 12 cautions, and 43 cars starting. We only have 4 cars that's actually out. Robbie Gordon, Jerry Nadeau, Frank Kimmel, and Randy Renfro.
Yeah, Harvick was in that one too. That's 11 cars.
Yeah, and this, I mean, I haven't seen this many cars torn up since a bad night at Bristol.
Really?
This is a bad night at Bristol, isn't it?
And
oh, it's
one of the
day.
least marked up cars in the whole place is that of Jimmy Spencer, and another is Jeff Gordon.
Ryan Newman's car looks pretty clean too.
That it does.
It's kind of funny how the guys without much damage are all in the front. Tony Stewart's car got the right side, but
one little donut on the right side of Spencer's car. That's Jimmy Johnson's tire mark. Or no, it's not. Jimmy was on the left side. That's somebody else.
Gordo's car is not too bad. Flames are all still intact.
Now the right front of Tony Stewart's car is
his
pretty
left
well used
side.
up.
That's a good sign when it's your right side it's all beat up, not your left.
Left side looks much better than the right side.
When your right side is beat up, that means you're passing people. When your left side's beat up, that means you're getting passed.
Ryan Newman's our leader as we get ready for the restart. Only 3 times have consecutive races been won by rookies. Billy Wade, 1964, Dick Hutcherson, 1965, and Tony Stewart 3 years ago.
Be ready. Green and green.
57 laps to go.
Well, we know Newman is fast. I mean, we've seen him qualify track records on poles. Now he needs to be real consistent.
Top 3 clear the lap car of Brett Bodine, Ryan Newman, Jeff Gordon, and Tony Stewart.
And right behind Newman, a fellow who's had 18 straight DNWs. Did not win. It's Jeff Gordon.
There you go. There's side of Tony's car.
Inside.
Tony Stewart in the 20, he didn't waste any time at all getting by Jeff Gordon.
I don't think he's going to waste any time at all getting by all these guys because he's looking pretty racy.
Remember Stewart.